much as they may seem. Here's to the hearts that ache. Here's to the mess we make.
This film is starring Emma Stone and Ryan Gosling. What are some fun memories working with them?
I mean, the whole thing was really amazing. I mean, they learned to sing and dance these big numbers that we shot in long takes, so we couldn't really, edit around mistakes. So it was just they really had to do it all as though it were live theater. So I just remember doing these big long takes and hoping, that everyone would hope that we'd get it right, and then we would nail it. The whole, crew would cheer. So it felt like live theater on set. It was really fun. Kind of every day making this movie was really exhilarating.
She captured a feeling, sky with no ceiling, the sunset inside a frame.
And also, from the previous interview, you and your great friend Justin, were working on this film for more than 10 years?
Probably not quite that much, but we did. I mean, I'll say this. We met in college, so we were both, 18. We started talking about music, movies, musicals, and we wanted to do a movie like this together for a long time. So to finally get the chance to make this, put it on screen, it's been a dream.
That's very nice. Since you two are best friends, were there any some challenges to working together as friends?
Well, the good thing is by the time we did this, we'd worked together a few times before. We did a small movie in college together, and then he did the music for my previous movie, Whiplash. So actually, we found that we just work together really well. We speak the same language. We have a shorthand. So sure, we get into fights like any collaborators, but it's a great collaboration. I hope to do every movie with him.
This film embraces a classical style, but adds its own contemporary touches. What is so special about your film? And then I really hope that your film win the Oscar.
Oh, thanks. I love those older musicals, but I also really wanted to find a way to make them feel new again and kind of smash that kind of filmmaking into today's environment and a more realistic, nuanced, everyday, modern look at life. So that kind of juxtaposition, that kind of tension was what I was interested in, and that was sort of the whole gambit behind making it.
Are you planning to show this in China?
Oh yeah, I mean I hope so. I think actually I heard we just kind of closed a deal in China, so so yeah, fingers crossed.
Maybe I'm not good enough.
Yes, you are.
Maybe I'm not. It's like a pipe dream.
This is the dream. It's conflict and it's compromise. It's very, very exciting.
Well, it's funny because I don't have a huge part in the film, but as you can imagine, they're both jokesters, Emma and Ryan both. I think one of the first scenes I did with Ryan, as a joke, I asked him to put these acorns that I had in my hand up his nose, and he did it, so I knew he was game. But truthfully, it's Damien, because he is so bold that you're always acting without a safety net. Like, I think I have not that many scenes in the movie, but the scenes that I do have are one take. It might be 5 pages, but he doesn't cut. They're all like beautiful dances. Like, he's just really risky. So it was we were all kind of giddy with how scary it was to make this movie.
I heard there's a lot of improvised scripts. So what did you have to prepare for this role?
I mean, you do your work at home. You think about like who this woman is, like who her, like I play Ryan Gosling's older sister. They grew up, their parents have been dead for a long time. So I try to think about who I am to him. But then on the day, you kind of throw out all your preconceived notions and just play. It's a great job because it's sort of like little kids in a sandbox.
How are you going to be a revolutionary if you're such a traditionalist? You're holding on to the past, but jazz is about the future.
And then any upcoming exciting projects?
Yeah, I did a pilot for Amazon called The Last Tycoon. It's a 1930s piece about Hollywood that will go back to work and do a full season this year. And then I'm doing some other independent films that you'll hear about in a couple of years. Yeah.